not just the playoff atmosphere, but the game going as long as it did?
Yeah, I think it was fun. I think you watch the playoffs all those years, you see the long games, and I think it was fun to be a part of. It was a great atmosphere. It was a good game, and obviously would have liked a bit different result, but fun to be a part of.
Do you count that as your first legit playoff game, or do you consider the bubble?
I think so. I think
Yeah.
the bubble, considered playoffs, but
Right.
I mean that atmosphere, that intensity, I think it is definitely different. But I definitely would say that was the first real playoff game.
Adam, obviously, you guys are moved along the power play. Do you feel you have to be more aggressive to get more penalties, to get more opportunities, to get more power play situations?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, like you said, our power play's been good all year, and obviously capitalized on the one we got there. But by the end they were putting the whistles away, letting it go 5-on-5. But I think definitely being more aggressive and trying to draw some power plays, and maybe if it's not to get a goal, but even some momentum is big for sure.
Was it tough to get in a rhythm with Ryan kind of coming in and out and just switching around with whoever you hopped over the boards with?
I mean, maybe a little. Obviously, I'm so comfortable playing with him, and but we got 5 other good defensemen, and you got to be comfortable playing with everyone. And but yeah, I think these things are gonna happen. Guys are gonna get banged up, and you're gonna have shifts with other guys. So I think it's just adjusting on the fly, and whoever you're out with, playing good with them.
When you're out with another righty, and you talk about who's going to play the left side. Does it matter to you? Is it weird?
I think you just ask who's going to play the left, and you do that. Obviously, I'm sure people who are righties are more comfortable on the right side, but everyone has played the left side at some point or been out there and had to play on that side. So I don't think it's anything too crazy.
Did you feel you have to make any adjustments, even subtle ones, to with the pace of the game, the intensity of the game, how they were attacking you, or were you able to pretty much play your game, just ramp it up a little bit?
Yeah, I think just try and play your game, and like you said, ramp it up a little. I think obviously the first 10 are usually the most intense. People are just trying to get a hit or keep it simple, and then the longer the game goes, I think you're just trying to keep it more simple. Obviously, a game that goes that long, it's your legs are tired. You're trying not to make mistakes and playing a little more simple. But overall, I think you don't want to change too much, especially for myself. Just trying to play the same way and ramp up that intensity a little bit too.
You for a Norris Trophy winner, as you said, this is your your first real playoff game. Were you nervous?
No, I don't think nervous. I think obviously you get a little bit of the butterflies before a big game, just in general. But I think it was more excitement. I think especially being at home and knowing you're gonna have the crowd behind you. I think you're just trying to go out there and like I said, give a hit, take a hit. Just trying to get into the game. So I think after those first few shifts, you settle in and kind of treat it like another game.
Is there anything you guys learned about what not to do when playing with the lead, in a playoff game?
Yeah, I think. I mean, we've talked about it. That first period, we were real good, and even at the start of the second, and and then the tide kind of turned there, and I think we let the game get away from us there, and it's definitely a lesson to be learned. I mean, I think they had 25-something shots in the second period, and it's tough to hold a lead when you're giving up that many shots, that many chances. So, definitely something to learn from, and just tighten it up a little bit when we do get that 2-goal lead.
How do you think they turned? Like, what did they do to you guys that gave them that momentum?
I think it was a little of both. Obviously, they started, making plays using their speed and opening up the ice a little bit, and I think we kind of got away from, like I said, keeping it simple. I mean, it's not so much, just chip pucks and get it out. It's, I think we were trying to make a little too many plays in the neutral zone and not finishing their guys and letting them, kind of do what they want through the neutral zone a little bit. So, I think, those things are going to happen. Momentum's going to go back and forth in a game, but I think when you get a 2-goal lead like that, it's something you don't want to give away so quickly.
Have you ever played that much in a single game?
No, never played that much.
I mean, it's the beginning of the series, and it's uncharted territory for a lot of you guys. Do you have to think a little bit differently about how you approach rest and some other things just in the next few days at least?
For sure, I think rest, hydration. I think those things are key, something we're talking about. But yeah, just managing your body. I think we're all know what's at stake. It's games are going to go long, but just trying to recover and get back to 100%.
Adam, I know you're disappointed, but what do you take away from what Igor did last night?
Yeah, it's no surprise to any of us, anyone who's watched him. I mean, he's been the backbone of our team. Obviously, big saves when we need them, and to make 79 saves in your first playoff game there is pretty special. So no different than what we've seen all year.
What's the key to mentally moving on from a game like that?
I think just understanding it's one game. I mean, we got a quick turnaround here, and I'm sure a lot of these games are going to be tight games and could go either way based off a bounce or a deflection or anything like that. So I think just building on what we had early in that game and the chances we created, and come back strong tomorrow.
Adam, the top line for Pittsburgh was a big difference maker for them, obviously, especially in the second period. Anything come to mind when you think about what you guys need to do to defend them better?
I think definitely got to slow them down. I think they feed on that gaining speed in the neutral zone and coming in with a lot of speed. And so I think, look, they have a lot of skill on that line. They're going to get their chances, but obviously, limiting the amount of speed they get in the neutral zone, their ability to, move it around it when they get in the offensive zone and go seam and everything like that. So, I think just, getting a little extra body on them and taking away their speed a little bit.
When they had the goalie change in the overtime, you go from, a guy who catches left to a guy who catches right. Did that change anything when you guys are looking at shooting the puck?
Not for me personally. I guess when you're a D-man, you're just looking to get it on net, and maybe the forwards took a little note of that. But he made some good saves. It's not easy, I'm sure, for him to come in like that. But I think when we saw him come in, we wanted to get a few shots, and just couldn't get one by him.
Going back to the Crosby line, is that the stuff you're talking about? Is that a matter of just being more physical with them, or are there other things you can maybe do to try and slow them down?
I think being more physical is one thing. I think they got a pretty smart group of players on that line, so I think you also have to be mentally smart, be in the right positions at times, and but I think being physical with them, I think moving your feet and trying to stay in front of them is big. But I think just overall trying to slow them down a little bit and not let them get so much time and space coming into the zone.
What's the hardest part about Crosby in particular?
There's a lot of difficult things. Yeah. He obviously is such a smart player, has such a good stick, and I think his whole career has been pretty strong on his skates and a tough guy to knock off the puck. But that's why he's one of the best players to play the game. But obviously just slowing him down is the key thing for us.
Okay. Thanks, Adam.
Thanks, Adam.
Thanks.
Thank you.